Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Still iBrand Daybreak Friday edition. We're having personal finance right now with Charles Fakroha. He's joining us over the phone. And today we're looking at ways to build wealth. I'm very interested in this one, especially with the way the economy of Nigeria is going. Hi, Charles. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to be on the show.
It is nice to have you again. Okay, so we're looking at ways to build wealth. Let's hear about it, Charles.
Okay, thank you very much, Nigerians. Thank you, Lagosians. Yes, it is Friday. Thank God it is Friday. And we're looking at ways to build wealth. All wealth begins in the mind. That is according to Anthony Robbie. Whatever wealth you want to create, whatever wealth you want to build, it is first of all created in your mind. Now, money is plentiful for those who understand the simple rules of its acquisition. How do we build wealth? An individual and even also as a corporation. First of all, we need to create a personalized financial plan. Building wealth must start with the individual. He must create a comprehensive financial plan. Wealth differs from person to person. Individual A, using wealth will be getting out of debt and having enough saving. For another person, it will be building a corporation, a business. So you need to have a personalized financial plan, clear financial plan, where you set your goals for your financial activities. Two, once you have done that, the next thing to do is to start saving immediately. Because it's only when you are able to live within your means, or even less than what you earn, that is when you can have the ability to save, and when you save, you can now invest to create wealth. You also need to prioritize your debt management. That is because we are told that he who goes borrowing goes sorrowing. So you need to prioritize your debt management. So even when you are saving, you can also make provision for paying your debt if you have any. Then you cannot continue to defend and defend and defend. If you are not going to score a goal in the football match, you will not win. So you also have to look for a way to increase your income. If you are a 9-to-5 worker, you can have a side hustle. You can also improve your skill so that your salary can also be improved. So you need to increase your income. After you have done that, you can build an investment strategy. Because saving alone will not create wealth for you. So you have to have a strategy to invest the savings you have made, so that you are not telling the money to work for you as a slave and make more money. As we journey through life, uncertainty can happen. You must plan for it. You don't wait till you have an accident where you go and pay for your car insurance. So you must have an exit plan. Not only savings, like we have mentioned last time, 1 year, as the case may be, but you also need to have an insurance plan. And of course, an exit management plan to protect your wealth that you are creating. Then you need to now get professional advice. You can't do it alone. You need to get professional advice. And what we have advised is you listen to iBrandTV, you listen to Daybreak iBrandTV, and so that you can listen to that comment. It's not enough with us to get some professional advice. You can also attend webinars. You can also get some books, training to improve your financial literacy for you to be able to build wealth. Thank you.
Okay, when you say build wealth, it sounds, it's actually a nice chain of words to hear, because everybody needs wealth. but then it takes a lot of maybe on intangible things. I think that's what I'm looking for. Not physical things, not actual things that you can see yourself doing, but there is a lot on the intangible end to put into. What I mean by that is the place of discipline and focus. Yeah, and that is where a lot of people do not understand it. And that's because you might be focusing on something and you think that's what will give you the wealth that you require. And it's not it actually. A lot of people practice a lot of things that they've seen or heard other people do, hoping it works, but they do not understand what it fully entails to actually practice those things. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, Charles. So for somebody who really wants to build wealth and have put in work into maybe focusing on the work that they have or the talents that they have, they're trying to build wealth from. Some people do not understand how to turn their skills or their talent into money, into finance, into wealth. How do people get that knowledge, or when they get it, how do they practicalize it so that they'll start getting the monies that they deserve?
Okay, I think if I understand your question, I hear it correctly, it's like passion to profit. That is?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Passion to profit. In fact, you just took the words from my mouth. We even have a program that I run. We call it passion to profit.
Oh.
We have seen that a lot of talented people, they don't know how to harness their talent to make it look profitable in terms of creating wealth for themselves. And by the time they come for that training, at the end of the training, they will realize and they will know that you can convert your talent to wealth. It's just a little bit of humility, a little bit of discipline, and at the same time, ready to pay the sacrifice. You can't just come up, people don't know you so much, and you say you're a stand-up comedian. You have to pay the price. You have to even go to occasions and offer to give your service free. And gradually when people begin to recognize you, then you can now begin to convert that your hobby, your passion to profit. It takes time. There must be a learning. I think the advice we always give to people who have talent only in comedy. In any area of your life, you need to pay the price. There need to be a link up before you can begin to convert your passion, your hobby to create wealth for you.
I like the fact that you said it's quite difficult for some persons to be able to have that saving culture. And of course, some persons also need to understand that savings alone does not give you wealth until you have taken it a step further, investing that money you have saved into a side hustle, into an enterprise. Then you grow your wealth from there. But my question to you is this. What do you tell someone who has been able to save, discipline himself or herself to save, but is being skeptical as regards, do I invest this money? What if I invest this money? What is the likelihood that I would succeed in this particular venture?
Hear you clearly. Take it again. Can't hear you.
All right, I'll take it again. I said, I like the fact that you have been able to expatiate on the need that savings alone does not make you wealthy or does not take you to wealth. You must be able to invest that money into something, a side hustle or an enterprise, to be able to help you to realize wealth. But there are some certain persons on the other divide that have been able to save, discipline themselves enough to save, but are being skeptical as to taking that savings into the next step, which is investing into a venture or an enterprise, because the fear is, will I succeed? So what do you tell such person?
Okay, if I hear you clearly, you are saying savings. Yes, we have said saving is the first step leading to the temple of wealth. And you cannot place your feet firmly on that first step, then you cannot create wealth. We are saying yes, when you save, you cannot invest, because savings cannot actually create the kind of wealth that you want. Yes, I've seen people who just save, they don't even invest. The little returns they get from their savings, interest rate, are able to take care of them. Fine. That is their own definition of wealth. Just to go along, move along. Now, if you want to create real wealth, you need to invest what you are saying. And invest only you must build a business. You can invest in real estate. You won't be the one that is doing it 100%. You can invest in the stock market. We call this passive investment. They can also create wealth for you. But what we are advising is do your own work very well. Every investment has its own risks and reward. So before you go into any investment, whether it's investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, investing in a small business, or any business at all, has its own risks. It's not left for you to assess the risks and see whether you can go into that kind of investment. It's not all investment you go into that will give you the desired return that you're expecting. Issues can arise, and that's why we are saying you need to have a balanced portfolio. You invest in the stock market, you invest in real estate, you invest in the business, so that at the end of the day, one has issue, the other one will be able to take care of you. So you need to diversify your portfolio. And we see it in most wealthy people. They are into real estate, they are into telecoms, they are into oil and gas, they are into space, and you can see that they have a portfolio of investment. One are not doing so well, the other wants to do well, and they will continue to create and build wealth for themselves.
I like the fact that you specified that side income, which is what we call residual income, is also good. So you don't see yourself investing into a business that you want to grow from scratch. But then again, how does an individual know the right stock or shares to buy from a company or an industry, so to speak?
Okay, if I understand you clearly, what is the right stock to buy to invest in the Nigerian market?
Yes. You're right. You heard me well. Yeah.
There are lots of companies you can invest in the Nigerian capital market, and your investment depends on investment philosophy and objects. One advice for me as a stockbroker is I ask you, do you want to invest for the long term or you want to invest for the short term? And what area of the economy are you necessarily interested in? You have to look at what the stockbrokers call fundamental analysis. Not to invest in the power sector. I will look at the companies in the power sector and say, okay, Nigeria needs power. And if we put our infrastructure together, then people will pay as long as they see this power. As you can ask, okay, and you look at how doing big as a phone today, at least majority areas, and you can see that sector is doing well. You can say, okay, I want to invest in any of the companies. Depending on what they have done in the past, you have to look at their past and you have to invest. So that you cannot do all this without getting a professional. And that's what we advise in the ways to build wealth. Professional, and the professional will sit down with you and come up with a comprehensive plan to you are to invest.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles, for coming on the show today. We really appreciate your time.
Okay, before you let me go, when money realizes that it is in a good hands, it wants to stay and multiply in those hands. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Of course, building wealth takes a lot of discipline and a lot of work. If you want to build wealth, you should be ready to put in the work. That's what I personally take away from this conversation with Charles this morning. It is still iBrand Daybreak. But we will return shortly to do that. Just stay with us.